102.7 Kiss FM. Let's go. It's time for Ryan's Roses. Dear Ryan and Sissany, who is out. So, dear Ryan, Tanya, and Patty, my neighbors told me they saw my husband on their Nest Cam in their house while they were out of town. I'm shocked and embarrassed because I think I know why he was there. Let me grab Meghan. So we're trying to figure this out. Why was your husband? Why do you think your husband was at the neighbors?
Well, so I'm really good friends with my neighbor's wife, and she has one of those Nest like doorbells, you know?
Right.
And it looks like my husband's on the camera.
But why was he over there?
He went into the house. I don't know. He didn't even tell me that he went over there. Like, the neighbors were out of town. They had a dog sitter over there, but and he didn't mention anything about it. And I've been like hinting about like, hey, anything crazy happened, and he just is radio silent. And I don't know. I thought I'd call you guys.
So, but Meghan, is there trouble? Has there been a history of issues with you and your husband in the past? Like, have you worried about him leading up to this?
He hasn't ever cheated. I can be a little jealous, and so like sometimes he's like, I've caught like text messages on his phone, but then he's always been able to explain it. But it doesn't, like, you know, when you just have like a little tingly like spidey sense, like I just feel like something's wrong, and I don't know. I mean, it looks like him. They showed me the video. It looks like him.
But perhaps, I mean, I borrow stuff from my neighbors all the time. The other day I needed a drill to put my curtain rod back up. Like, I needed a wine opener the other day. So I'm constantly going to my neighbors for things. Is it possible that he just needed something?
But why wouldn't he tell me? I'm like, I asked him like if anything happened around the house. Like, I didn't directly ask him to go over and like
also,
and have a fair next door. But like, it's just weird that he didn't tell me like that nothing happened. Like, so what could be the reason to like hide that you went over there? That's also a good reason to go there.
All right, so let's call him. We'll do that next. Okay, hang on 1 second. We're into Ryan's Roses. So I think the real strange thing here. Let's bring Meghan back up. I think the real strange thing here for Meghan is that her husband was in the neighbor's house, and the neighbors were not there, and the neighbors didn't know that he was coming into the house. Like, they just saw him on the Nest Cam. He was not invited to come over. They were shocked to see Meghan's husband in their house while they were away. I mean, that seems very, very weird. Who let him in, Meghan?
Oh, they had a dog sitter staying with them. Her name's Everly.
Everly. And this is the woman you talked about in your email. You said she's flirty.
Yeah, she's a little bit younger. It's not like she's like 18, but she's like, I think just graduated college, and is always like, if she's dog sitting, she's always jogging in like little, like just her sports bra and little shorts, and she always is somehow around in the neighborhood. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Okay,
you're not a fan, clearly. All right, we're going to call him now. I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Okay, we're going to do that now. Tony's going to offer him some roses. Stay very quiet until we tell him he's on the air. Let's see if we can find out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Danny there?
This is he.
Hi, Danny. My name is Rosie. I just opened a new flower shop called Rosie's Roses. We're right here on Arrow Highway, and I just wanted to call and offer you some free roses because we're new to the area and we just want to get our name out there. So would you like me to send some roses for you today on your behalf?
They're free?
Yeah, I don't need any of your credit card information, just the name of who you want to send them to and the address. And I'll get them out by 1 p.m.
Well, if they're free and you're sending roses, can you send them to elementary and send them to the teacher's lounge?
Sure, I definitely can. Do you have a specific name that I can leave them there with, or just the lounge?
No, just say welcome back, teachers.
Okay, and love Danny?
No, don't put my name on it. Just anonymous.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Danny,
Yeah.
your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. Thank you for that very kind gesture of sending the roses to the teacher's lounge. That is, as Tanya said, very sweet. We have your wife, Meghan, on the line. Reason we're calling, Danny, is she's curious about the trip you took over to your neighbor's house when they were out of town. You went in their house when the dog sitter was there? Does that sound familiar?
Wait, what is this?
So you went to your neighbor's house when they were out of town, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you do? What did you need to go over there for? That's why we're calling.
All right. There was a water leak. There was a dog sitter there, and she ran out asking for help. There was water spraying everywhere. I guess the dog had kicked the faucet off and like in the tub, and there was water spraying everywhere. And the girl who was dog sitting ran out, and I was passing by, and I went in and like helped her get it straight in there and fix the leak. So that's what happened.
And did you know this woman?
The dog sitter. Yeah,
Everly, I believe was her name.
girl.
Everly. Yeah. Do you know Everly?
Yeah,
Did you
I know.
know?
I know her. I know who she is. Yeah, she's a girl in the neighborhood.
Okay, so Meghan, do you want me to tell him what's going on? Meghan thinks that something is going on with you and possibly Everly, and that's why you were over there. I mean, Meghan, you can speak if you wish.
I'm just like, why didn't you tell me? Like, if there was this big thing with the water and all this stuff, I'm just trying to wrap my head around why my husband, like, so the Pinkertons sent me the video. You were on their Nest camera. And that's why I've been, like, weird the past few days, asking about what you've been up to.
So you call me on the radio? Like, I can't even believe that you're doing this, but...
Don't even worry about that. Is there something going on with you and Everly, the dog sitter?
There is absolutely nothing going on with us, and I just didn't even think it was that big enough of a deal to, like, mention it, honestly.
So truly you went over to fix the leak?
100%.
Meghan, you know your husband. Do you believe him?
He's really handy and a very good man, which is why I married him. It's just that I don't understand why you didn't just tell me about a massive, like, having to turn off the neighbor's water. Like, we're very close with the Pinkertons. Like, you know that, like, that's something that they would probably want to know, that there was an incident in their house. Like, I've just, my brain's reeling right now.
I don't even know what to say. You've, like, freaked out over nothing. It was not even a big enough deal for me to mention it to you.
All right. Well, listen, Meghan, you've heard his reasons, and so I think you guys can talk about it further, but it's about all we can do here. Thank you for reaching out to us, and good luck. All right, Meghan?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Meghan. Thank you, Danny. So, Meghan and Danny just on the line, and Meghan was worried that her husband was in their neighbor's house while their neighbors were out of town, didn't know he was going to be there. They saw him in their Nest Cam. There was a dog sitter apparently who his wife, Danny's wife, is not a fan of, and she thought maybe something was going on with her husband, Danny, and the dog sitter, and that's why he was in the house. Well, and by the way, it sounded suspect. And so we get him on the line, and he sends the flowers. A beautiful gesture. He sends the flowers to the teacher's lounge at a school as a thank you, anonymously. And then he says, I was in the neighbor's house because the dog sitter, Everly, was looking for somebody to help because the dog kicked the faucet off the tub and there was water gushing everywhere.
Right.
And I had to go out and fix it. I mean, it all sort of almost sounds too perfect.
Not really, though.
I mean, it almost sounds... So you believe him? You think he really, at the moment she was crying for help, he ran in there and fixed the leak?
I mean, I'm sure she wasn't crying for help, but I'm sure she probably was frazzled and was just like, somebody help me, or
but
you know what I mean?
but wouldn't their neighbors, the owners of the home, have known about this leak, and because they're the ones saying, "Hey, your husband was in our house." They didn't say your husband was in our house. Thank him for fixing our leak.
No, because think about it. If you're watching somebody's home and their dog and there's a huge something happens, you try and fix it without them knowing before they come back. I've done that before. I've like messed up somebody's air conditioning while I was house sitting and I had somebody come and fix it and never told them.
I don't know. Patty doesn't believe him. I don't think.
I actually think I thought it was really strange that he'd send flowers to a teacher's lounge, and anonymously. Like, why wouldn't he want those folks to know he's sending them flowers? So my thinking is that he has someone in there that he wants to impress, someone at that school.
So not even anything to do about the house.
Yeah,
the dog
not even.
sitter? There's
No.
a teacher there,
Yeah,
or he's just trying to make a good impression with somebody at the school.
yeah, someone.
Have we become this cynical? The man is, I mean, I thought it was a random act of kindness. And yet we've done so many Ryan's Roses calls, we think, no, he wasn't being kind. He was trying
It's
to
just
impress
too
a teacher.
random. Yeah.
All right, let me grab Tessa. So, Tanya, you believe Danny. Patty
do.
does not. I'm on the fence. I thought I was not believing him. And then the story sounded pretty good, but now it almost sounds too good to be true. Tessa, what did you think?
The whole thing just sounds fishy to me. If that's really all it was, if you went in there to fix, a bathtub or whatever, I just don't get why you wouldn't mention it. You know what I mean? And yeah, especially if you know the neighbors, wouldn't you tell them or mention it to them at some point? I don't know.
And
I
she,
think it was,
Meghan,
it was a funny story that you would share.
Meghan, had some sort of concern, so something wasn't right in that relationship.
I know, but Ryan, sometimes you even know this. You're a victim of this. At the end of the day, if your partner says, "What happened today?" And a lot of things happen to you in a day, but you're just so tired that you're like, nothing. Like you just don't share it.
But if I fixed a leak, I would feel like a superhero.
No,
I'd
you wouldn't.
share that with everybody.
You would not.
Yeah, because I'm not handy. It'd be a big deal to me. I'd probably call my parents. Tessa, thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we'll leave it at that. Split decision here.